Hey everybody, it's me, Nick Gaming 2174 here again, and today I'm bringing you all a very special video. So, as some of you may know, it's July 4th, Independence Day. And today I figured I'd play Roseale Central Railroad again, because there's a train that's exclusive during this holiday, but I gotta find it. I can't remember which one it was. Okay, it's not the bottom. Is that it there? No, that's not it. It's probably not here. Wooden train, Onion Pacific. Nope, okay, that's not there. Here it is, Freedom Train. And so you can have two different types. So you have Reading or Southern Pacific. But I'm going to go with Southern Pacific because it has all... Oh, I need to buy a Game Pass for this. Okay, I'm going to buy it. This way I can do this. But I'm going to choose this one because, as you all can see, it has red, blue, and white. And it's those are the colors usually the U.S. uses during Independence Day. Now, for those of you that don't understand why we celebrate Independence Day in the U.S., this is because this commemorates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Declaration of Independence was for, it was a thing written to declare independence against Great Britain, also known as the United Kingdom. Well, that's what it was originally referred as. That's what the United Kingdom was referred as back then. But it can still be referred to as Great Britain. And so for those of you that don't understand why we declared independence against them, so in the late 1700s, there was a massive event called the American Revolution. And for those of you that don't know what the American Revolution was, it was an epic political and military struggle waged between 1765 and 1783 when 13 of Britain's North American colonies rejected its imperial rule. And so we have fought against them. I'm looking for it. There's gotta be some American Freedom Train. Perfect. Here we go. So yeah, we declared independence against Great Britain, in which we were successful about it. So that's one reason we celebrate Independence Day, is we got our independence from Great Britain, and they haven't attacked us since. But I think you all are probably thinking that we should get payback on them for doing that to them. But under no circumstances should we do that to them, because that's going to make us no better than them. Uh-oh. Oops. Hold on. Why can't I change this? Actually, if you all are wondering about my answer of the Declaration of Independence, I actually researched it just now. Just so you all aren't curious as to what it is. So that's the big significance about Independence Day. Why we celebrate it. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to put a special coach at the back. Though it's not a coach exactly. Alright, I forgot. I need to get the aesthetic non-profit stuff. Let's get all guns. And maybe I can sit in the train itself. One. And for those of you, that's actually the July 4th is actually the day we gained Independence Day from Great Britain in 1776. Yeah, it was almost 200. It was over 200 years ago. Last year was its 225th anniversary. No, wait, no, I got that wrong. No, I got that date wrong. That was in 2001, I think. 235th anniversary, I believe it was. Wait, I'm confused. Well, actually, today is it's 236th anniversary. Oh no, wait. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna do some math. Just a moment. 2022 minus. Oh, okay. Today is its 246th anniversary. Okay, there. Can I get in the train? Oh no, oh, but I can sit on the tender at least. Sorry about the confusion, guys. Anyway, let's drive our train of freedom. But I gotta be careful, because following the last time I played this, sometimes the cars could not be hooked up. Yeah, this requires a game pass in order to use it. Well, it's a good thing I had the Robux. It looks like a snake slithering. I think we got everything. Yeah. So, for those of you that want to know something, so this whole Independence Day thing, every country has an Independence Day, but obviously it's not every country is July 4th. That's just the United States. Do you have the guns? Yeah, I got the guns. Okay. Oh dear, I just derailed the whole thing. Oh my gosh, I wrecked this thing, man. Well, I think that's first crash out of everything I've done. Here. I'm not with my friend Jason again. Okay, well, now I gotta set that all up again. Okay, so extras. There we go. Now I gotta get the aesthetic non-profit stuff. Okay. Alright, so then we'll go again. Let's try this again. And if you all want to know something, the United States is actually called the United Colonies before it was called the United States. So, okay, so for those of you that don't know much about the country, so basically when the United States was created, or founded I should say, 13 states were amended at the time. at the time they were the original 13 colonies. That's actually what the red and white stripes on the American flag mean. They're supposed to represent the 13 original colonies. And the stars on the blue part are supposed to represent all 15 states. So hold on, let me get it. So the original colonies were Virginia, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So those were the 13 original colonies, but now they're states, no longer called colonies. So those were the states that were admitted to the Union during the American Revolution. Well, not during the American Revolution, but at the time of when the revolution went on. Those were the first few states. But they lost the name 13 colonies as we gained more, as more states were admitted to the Union. Gosh, my passenger train is so long. But hey, I wanted to do something in honor of the 4th of July. I don't know who else wouldn't want to. I really like this train. And yes, it's exclusive. It's only available during the 4th of July, which is why I'm making a video on this now. Because I can't do one later of this. I'm gonna go up to the ice cream factory and do this. Oh, and also, you all may think, ooh, this train must have been around during the, there must have been independence trains around during the, like, way back in the 1700s. Well, we didn't have railroads back then. That was until the 1800s that the railroads were built. So, back then, they didn't have trains like this or anything. This is a pretty cool train to look at. I'd like to think of this as the train of independence. Hey, where'd my passengers go? I don't know if there's really anything else I need to explain about the Independence Day. Maybe I could do a little more while I'm looking for stuff. The Independence Day is a national holiday in the U.S. Is one thing that should be noted about this holiday, which is why it's celebrated every year. Kind of like with, like, Christmas, Halloween, Easter, I mean. Well, obviously, the United States wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Independence Day. Okay, so, do you pick up passengers here? I can't remember if you could. No, you can't pick up passengers. I'm getting shots for a thumbnail. Yeah, if you guys kind of want to know something, I'm kind of horrible at making thumbnails. But hey, it's one of the way you get viewers. They always say that tip when uploading videos, a good thumbnail stands out and draws viewers' attention. So, do I have passengers? Yeah, I do. Okay. So, if you all want to know something, so during Independence Day, the U.S., the people usually like to light fireworks or like firecrackers and stuff, as that's one way we celebrate Independence Day. We fire fireworks and stuff, in which they can come out really cool ways. I'm gonna go around this way because I have never showcased this area in my other videos. So yeah, there's the little area I've gone down for my other two videos. There's not much around here. It just loops you around, but figured I'd show how it looks, since I haven't showcased it yet. Okay, so we'll go here. In the underwater tunnel. So, if y'all are curious as to who had signed the Declaration of Independence, it was quite a few. It was the House of Congress, or I think I said that incorrectly. Yeah, I'm kind of not good at explaining history stuff, as y'all could probably tell. But where it had occurred was in Pennsylvania State House in Philadelphia, if you all want to know that. And okay, so people who were participants in this were delegates to the Second Continental Congress. So that's kind of people who have signed the Declaration of Independence. The main people who did were named Benjamin Franklin, Elbridge Gerry, Button Gwinnett, Lyman Hall. Those were all the main people who signed the Declaration of Independence. And then, so eventually later on, this wasn't the thing that got us to expand our land more. If y'all are kind of curious as to how we gained more land over time, this wasn't oh my gosh, why are so many coaches derailed? Oh man, okay. I gotta do this. Good thing I saw that. Okay, so I better go back to my shed. And so during the American Revolution, we had allied. Okay, so this doesn't have an effect as to how we got more land, but for those of you that want to know this, and it's really nothing related to the Independence Day, but during the American Revolution, we had allied with France against Great Britain. So yeah, that's one way we won, because we assisted with them. And so now comes the part, because y'all may be curious now as to how we gained more land. So it begins with a long story, as a matter of fact. So in the early 1800s, Thomas Jefferson, who was the president at the time, had wanted to purchase more land because he wanted to gain control of this city in Louisiana called New Orleans, which is one of the major cities in the U.S. And and France had offered to sell land to us, in which we agreed to buy. So that's the first part of how we gained more land, and it doubled the country. And so the Louisiana Purchase. Well, the main reason for that is Thomas Jefferson mainly wanted to gain control of New Orleans, because for those of you that don't know this, it's along the Mississippi River. And another thing worth mentioning as well, now that I brought that up, when the 13 colonies were founded, or the Mississippi River had kind of a big impact to admitting states to the Union. Though this kind of came after the American Revolution, but for those of you that don't know this, the Mississippi River had actually bordered off the United States from all the territories out west until we had the Louisiana Purchase. So that's one thing worth mentioning about this. Okay, so, and obviously hence its name, Louisiana Purchase. It of course got it had made Louisiana a little more. And so basically part of Louisiana is across the Mississippi River to the east side, but part of it isn't. And so yeah, so basically that's when the country was expanded. The Declaration of Independence or Independence Day had nothing to do with that. All it just did was just gain us freedom from Great Britain. Like I said, they're now known as the United Kingdom, or you can refer to them as the British. But like I said earlier in the video, under no circumstances should we do any bad things back at them for what they did to us during the American Revolution, because that'll make us no better than them for what they did. We just need to forget about it. Okay, so we'll go up here. So the Louisiana Purchase was the first part to getting more land, and you all may be curious as to how we got even more. So the next two things, so there's two things I'm going to explain about is about Texas and Florida. So Texas and Florida, the United States did not own, neither did we purchase it. We actually fought against both states for it to be admitted to the Union. Well, Florida not so much because Spain had gained control of Florida before we did. However, what they were doing that led to us kicking them out is that in the really old days, they would actually go up to Georgia and attack landscapes or like farm areas. And so we threatened to make them leave, in which it worked. So that's how we had gained Florida. And it was actually bigger back then than how it is now. And then, so about Texas wasn't the same. So with Texas, we actually fought against Texas to gain that into the Union, in which we were successful. And then came another few events. Well, quite a few more, actually. So there was the Mexican Cession, the Oregon Country, and I think there's more than that. I don't know. Mexican Cession, Oregon Country. Oh, and then the Gadsden Purchase, and there was one other event that doesn't have a specific name. So for the Oregon Country, and this might shock you all, but we actually had negotiated with Great Britain to gain that land. Yes, you all may be shocked about that after what they did in the American Revolution. Yeah, even that shocked me when I first learned that. I was like, why would we negotiate with them after what they tried doing to us in the American Revolution? But the Mexican Cession... Hold on, I need to... Mexican... Who did we get it from? I need to... Well, obviously it came from Mexico, hence its name Mexican Cession. I can't remember which country we negotiated with to gain independence. Why am I bringing that up? To gain the land? Now, okay, so worth mentioning as well, most of the land out west where, like, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, California, Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana, that land was actually originally owned by Mexico, for those of you that didn't know this. But as time went on, we had fought against Mexico for the land. Well, we didn't fight against them during the Gadsden Purchase because that we had actually negotiated properly, similar to the Louisiana Purchase. But the main reason we got that land is so the U.S. could build more railroads. And then came one more part, and this took place in Texas, actually. So, now this was an argument between the U.S. and Mexico, so y'all may be wondering about something. So, Texas actually wasn't always as big as it is now. So, as some of you may know, with like rivers and stuff, sometimes rivers actually can provide international borders and like the borders between states. So, hold on, I'm bringing up a map here. I'm using my Chromebook to do this actually, so I can play and do this. Okay, I need to get to it. Alright, so yeah, I blared the horn. Okay, so the river that is that borders Texas from Mexico is called Rio Grande. You have to say it Grande because of the E at the end. So when we fought Mexico one last time for land, there was another river. I can't remember what it's called. It began with an O. And so both the US and Mexico were claiming land between themselves. Like, so we had claimed land that was on the Rio Grande River. But however, the thing that led to the argument is that Mexico had claimed land that was further north than the Rio Grande, which is where the other river is I was referring to. I can't remember what it was called, but until we got the land, it was actually called disputed territory. Eventually, we went into war with Mexico one last time for that, and we succeeded. So that's how we got all the mainland that's in the US. Alaska and Hawaii I haven't learned about yet. Hopefully by next year I'll have learned about it so I can do this and explain about it. Wow, 3,009 deliveries. Well, anyway, I think this is a good place to stop here. So, if you all did enjoy this 4th of July special, give it a like. As always, feel free to subscribe. So, bye for now. And happy 4th of July Independence Day!